Hey everybody, welcome back to Automatic for the Collector. I've got a special video to do this evening. It's a VR for Peter B, and this one is a contest he's running where he asked us to show cards from the year of our birth. And for me, that just so happens to be 1978. And I'll let you guys do the math on how old I am. But anyways, I'm going to adjust the camera where I can show the cards a little better, and hang tight and I'll show you some cards from 1978. Okay everybody, the first card I'm going to show you is a 1978 football card, and I only have a couple cards from 1978 football that I'm aware of in my collection. One of them is one that I actually just got yesterday at a card show. It's a card show that rolls around about every 3 months in the area I live in. And that would be this 1978 Topps Terry Bradshaw. It's a really nice looking card. I've got, a fair amount of vintage football cards in my collection, although as most of you are aware, I'm primarily interested in vintage baseball. But when I see a nice football card, or sometimes the occasional basketball card, I'll pick them up if the price is right. And got this one at a great price, and I thought the card was just nice and crisp looking. It's pretty well centered. I like the image on it of Bradshaw. A nice close-up shot there. Kind of a unique old school helmet he's got on. And like I said, I didn't think I really had any cards from 78 football, but right before I was getting ready to do this video, I was trying to gather together anything I could find from 1978, and I had an idea that I had one other football card in my collection from 78 besides this Bradshaw. There's the back of it, and I'll put him over here for now. So the only other 78 football that I have, or that I remember having and I could put my hands on right now, is I've got this Bob Greasy, and that's a pretty cool card as well. And there's the back of that one. So there we go with vintage football. Before I get into the meat of the 78 cards I was going to show, my 78 Topps cards, which I've got a fair number of cards in that set. I wanted to show one other kind of unique item. I'm going to try to avoid using the term oddball. I know a lot of collectors use the term oddball, and as Mr. John Mangini says, nothing is oddball. They're just all ball cards. Just because they're not a Topps card or a Fleer or a Bowman, it doesn't mean necessarily they're odd or oddball, but I kind of agree with him on that. Although it is so easy to let that term just roll off your tongue. A lot of the terms we use just kind of have been ingrained in our heads for so long that we say them just without even thinking about it. But anyways, this is not a major brand of card. This is an autographed card I got somewhere along the line. I don't remember exactly when I got this, but Barney McCoskey. And this one is by a maker called Grand Slam 1978. And I would say these cards are probably similar, to TCMA cards, something that's not a huge brand along the lines of Topps or Bowman. But Barney McCoskey played for the Tigers. And according to this card here, his rookie year was 1939. I don't know a whole lot about him, but I think this is a cool card. The autograph on the card is really cool. So, wanted to show that. Now, the remaining cards I have are from 1978 Topps. And I'm going to show this one here first. One of a lot of collectors' favorite players, Nolan Ryan. I've actually got several copies of this card. It's one that's fairly easy to come by. And I've actually got probably at least a couple of others that are a little better centered than this one. The reason I grabbed this one out for the video is I had it easily accessible. And I actually took it to the show with me yesterday as possible trade material, since I had some other copies of the card, but obviously I didn't end up trading this one, so I grabbed it for the video just for ease of accessibility. Still a nice looking card and a nice image on this. Now the next few cards are actually not Topps, but years ago at a different show, I picked up some O-Pee-Chee 1978s. So before I get back into the other Topps I'll show you some O-Pee-Chees. Here's the strikeout leaders with Necro and Ryan. And as you can see there at the bottom, 1978 O-Pee-Chee. And to go along with that, I got the Phil Necro by himself O-Pee-Chee. Next, I've got a very nice Steve Garvey O-Pee-Chee with a National League All-Star team, the All-Star shield there in the top corner. And just so you believe me that I'm not making this up, that these are O-Pee-Chees, I'll show you the back on this one. There you can see in the bottom corner it says 1978 O-Pee-Chee printed in Canada. And you'll just have to trust me on the next few that they're O-Pee-Chee. I'm not going to show you the backs on all of them, but here's an O-Pee-Chee Lou Brock record breaker. Here is an O-Pee-Chee record breaker of Nolan Ryan. And that wraps it up for the O-Pee-Chees. Now with Topps, I've got the Topps version of the Lou Brock. Then I've got Brooks Robinson record breaker. Next up, I've got the record breaker for Pete Rose. And yet another record breaker of Reggie Jackson. Most homers in one World Series. And up next, I've got the great Pete Rose. Really cool looking card. After Mr. Pete Rose, I've got another Cincinnati Red, the great Johnny Bench. Also with the All-Star shield up there. And then the last two cards are some cards with rookies. This is the rookie card of none other than Mickey Mailer, or as he's known by Braves fans, Rick Mailer. I really love that Rick Mailer rookie there. And then next is something that it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. This is the second year Dale Murphy card. He had 2 years in a row. You collectors will know his 77 Topps is his true rookie card. And it was another one that featured 4 players on it. So he had just a little tiny square devoted to him. And then in 78, they did the same thing again and put him on a card with 3 other players. But the pet peeve I have is when you'll look and people will say this is his rookie card because he's on a card that says rookie catchers. And sometimes I think it might be an innocent mistake, and then sometimes I think it's just people trying to be deceptive, maybe to earn a few extra bucks trying to sell the card. But anyways, nonetheless, I like the card a lot. I'm a big Dale Murphy fan, being from Georgia and a fan of the Braves. So anyways, that is all the cards I had for you. Try to keep this video kind of concise and short, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put Terry Bradshaw back here in the center. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. The 1978 cards are cool in my opinion, and I hope you enjoyed them. So anyways, go check out Peter B's channel, and thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.